Hey guys, it's my daily one wheel ride. I'm eating this it's a Meyer lemon cake, or no, it's a lemon bar. Mm. It's quite delicious too. Um, so I had a pretty interesting day. I I shot a couple properties. Well, I shot one property, and then I got kicked off another one. It's it's funny. It's the first time I've ever actually been asked to leave. Um, but so the first shoot went great. Actually, did a shoot for a gentleman that is a radio talk show host here in Austin. Really, really nice guy. Um, it was cool. So that went well, and then I had another property photo shoot out towards Lake Travis. So I get to the property. I meet the host. His name is David, and I go inside and I hear someone on the phone. It's a lady sitting on the couch on the phone, and so I don't really pay much attention to it. I assume the person that met me outside was the owner of the home, so I started to work with him. Um, and we go over everything that needs to be photographed. Well, the house wasn't ready for photographs. There were a lot of things that needed to be tidied up a bit, a little clutter, you know. And before I show up, we give them a list of things that are required to be done prior to my arrival. So I literally should be able to get there, set up my camera, and start shooting. So the property's supposed to be shoot ready. It wasn't. So they had some some bedrooms ready for me though. So the bedrooms were ready to be shot for the most part, except for the master bedroom, which anyway. So this lemon bar is really good. Yeah. I'm gonna take a swig of milk. So anyway, the first bedroom I go to, I say, hey David, this bedroom ready to shoot. I'm ready to start photographing. So we shoot the first bedroom, and then I go around the home, and we go look at the other bedrooms. Bedroom 2 and 3 are ready to shoot. Bedroom 2 and 3 are connected by a Jack and Jill bathroom. So I shoot the bathroom, I shoot the two other bedrooms, I shoot some common areas, and then I'm pretty much at the point where I need to get back and shoot that master bedroom. I've got some lake views I need to shoot. I got some exterior that needs to be shot, but the exterior wasn't ready because the landscaper was, he had he had the weed eater out, he had other things out, and I told him, I said, you got to clear out the front of the house before I can get a good clean shot of the front of the house. So the lady finally gets off the phone. So she comes to me, and then I find out that that's really her stepson. He's not owner of the house. She owns the house. So she she's like, okay, what have you done already? And I told her everything we had done. And the first bedroom, I showed her the photos from the first bedroom. And she's like, oh, those are really nice. Those are great. And I was like, okay, good. I said, this is where we're at. I said, at this point, and I had gone and looked at the master bedroom. It was a disaster. I mean, I would have had to wait probably another 20 minutes for her to clean that up, at least. That was with both of them working. And the third bedroom upstairs had issues. They wanted to hang up some curtains and do some other things. And I was like, hey, okay, what can I do? Because basically I didn't have anything left to shoot. I had to shot the kitchen, the common areas. So I'm basically waiting for them to get everything shoot ready. And so she goes back to bedroom number 1 and she sees a pillow on the bed there's a pillow that says love on it. And she's like, did you shoot this pillow that says love on it on the bed? And I was like, well, yeah, it was there. I shot it. She's like, I don't want that pillow to say love. I want that pillow turned around and I want you to reshoot this room. And I said, I can't do that. I said, I need to keep moving. I said, that's the first shots I took was this bedroom. You've already seen them. I need to keep moving. In other words, I was spending enough time at that property already. I needed to leave. So she goes, if you need to keep moving, why don't you just keep on moving out of my house? And I was like, okay. I packed up my gear, headed out the front door, and I just left. So that's the first time I've ever been kicked out of a property, on a photo shoot. I thought it was pretty funny, actually. So, but whatever. I mean, I'll definitely explain what happened. It's just, sure I could have reshot the room, but there was just no point in doing that at that point because I would have had to wait probably another couple of hours for them to even get the rest of the place ready. So, but that was my day basically. But the first shoot was great, second shoot not so great, but I actually did one other thing. I was going to upgrade my computer, my MacBook Pro, so I use for all my photo editing and video stuff. I was starting to have problems with it, and it turns out that I was leaving my MacBook Pro plugged in. But I've had this computer since for 6 years now, and it was top of the line then, i7 processor, all the bells and whistles. It was pretty much the top of the line that they offered at the time. It was around $2,000. So I started having problems. I kept having to reboot. It was locking up and stuff, and it was getting really hot. But it was my fault because I was using it as a desktop. I wasn't unplugging it. The battery swelled. Well, I was gonna sell it to Apple. Apple was gonna give me like $500 for this, 6-year-old laptop. But ended up, I didn't really know there was this issue with the battery swelling until I tried to, I already told Apple I'd sell it to them, and then lo and behold, I clean it up and I go to close it and it won't close all the way. So that's how I found out I had an issue with the battery swelling inside. So I took it into the Apple store, and they, I bought another MacBook Pro, and then I gave this to them to repair, and it was $199 to repair my old MacBook Pro. In the meantime, I was trying out this 13-inch MacBook Pro. It was the top of the line 13-inch. Not completely loaded, but it was their bare bones top of the line offering, which was around. Well, I get a veteran discount, which they have a different web page for veterans, and it ended up being $200 off basically. But that still was a $1,900 computer. Basically, I got 2 grand off. I was going to trade in my old one for $500, but I had to pay $200 to repair the old one, so I, in essence, would only be getting $300 back, but still $500 off the full retail price with the veteran discount. So all in all, it would have been about 1,900. Well, about $1,500 for a brand new 13-inch MacBook Pro with an i5 processor, and my old one had an i7 processor in it. So really, I after transferring everything back and forth, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take my old one back, and I'm glad I did. My old one works perfect. They actually did a great job fixing my old MacBook Pro. So I'm using my 6-year-old MacBook Pro. It has a brand new battery in it. They replaced the top part, so there's no swelling, and the system works perfectly. So totally happy with it. And I'm back to editing photos and shooting more video. This video, by the way, is shot with a Hero 2. It's like a very, very old, GoPro. And I hadn't really used the GoPro much until I got the OneWheel, and then I was like, well, I want to start filming again. So, this ugly bar that goes through the screen, I am going to upgrade to a better camera. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I would like to possibly get maybe a drone to follow me around. So I'm going to look at that. I'm going to see. I'd like to test out maybe a Spark or something. Maybe that could follow me around while I'm doing my ride. But this 3-4 mile ride is like, 27 minutes or whatever. So, I mean, it's pretty long. Just a few miles. So I don't know if I may do like a combination of drone, some GoPro, and I've got a 360 camera as well, but the 360 camera is really, really tough to use. That's why I really prefer the GoPro, but 360 video is pretty cool too. Oh, and another thing I wanted to talk about was the pint. It looks like July 23rd is the date now for delivery on the pint. Um, you know, I'm just gonna keep waiting because I know that it's coming out, and I'm really excited about it. Especially because it's just gonna be a lighter, smaller form factor board with the same amount of range as a plus, but the portability is really the key differentiator, I think. And then the carving, I think you're going to be able to carve a lot more with this new board. It's got the same torque, and I don't really care about going any faster than 14 miles an hour is good. I'm good with that speed. I know a lot of people like to go a lot faster, but I feel like the board is really super safe in that 12 to 14 mile per hour range. Even 9, 10, 11. I ride around that comfortably, and I find that I can respond to situations a lot better at that speed. So somebody pulls out in front or whatever, it seems like it's pretty easy to recover and slow down from that speed, at least for me. So, but there's always an opportunity to eat shit. I mean, it could happen anytime. I have kind of relaxed a little bit on some of the safety gear. I no longer wear elbow, knee pads, and wrist pads. I'm down to just a helmet at this point. But that just goes to show how much faith I have in this board. It's very super reliable, and I just I'm getting to the point where I almost have 1,000 miles down on this board, so I feel pretty confident on it. Really, the only thing is at this point in the video, my feet are starting to get sore. Some days I can ride, seems like forever, with no foot soreness or you know nothing. But then there's other days where, like yesterday and today. Yesterday I actually only rode. I just did like a quick, not even 2 miles. I think I rode a little over a mile, just to stay on the board. I think you have to ride it like a mile a day to stay on the board. I'm currently number two as far as most consecutive days riding the board, so I'm pretty happy about that. I want to get to number one, but I think it's going to take a while. The gentleman that's been on there, I think he's got over, geez, it's well over 200 days or something like that. So, but that's okay. I'm patient, and as long as nothing happens to the board or me, I'm gonna try to stay on the board or on the leaderboard as long as possible.
There's a perfect kiss somewhere out in the dark, but a kiss ain't enough.